Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we are going to be trying Bleach London natural colors. So I got a few comments on YouTube and on Instagram letting me know that Bleach London got a few natural colors in. So I was like, of course I want to try them. I've been trying to find good natural hair colors that are semi-permanent, that come out of the hair easily. So I went ahead and purchased them for you guys. And then I was going back on the website right before filming to look at prices so I could let you guys know how much everything retails for, and I realized I ordered the wrong thing. So let me show you what I got. I was confused because I didn't see a lot of natural options when I ordered, and I was like, oh, there's not that many natural colors on here. I was a little bit confused. So I got this Bleach London Copper Toner. So we're gonna try that, and then I got this color. It's called Just Like Honey. And then the last color I got is Proper Copper. That's what I saw on their website when I ordered, but they actually have a legit natural color line of brown colors. So yeah, when I was looking up pricing, I went ahead and ordered all of those. So I will do a future video when those come of the actual natural colors. As soon as they come, I will film that for you guys and do a video on those. So don't worry, I'm still gonna do it. I messed up and didn't see the colors you guys wanted me to try on there. But that's okay because these are all natural colors too. They also intrigue me, like a natural copper, Just Like Honey, and then this copper toner. So we're gonna try these today. I personally love Bleach London. I use a lot of their hair care products. They have a great deep conditioner. I like their hair oil, and then I also do like their colors. They don't have a lot of a selection of color, but they have a pretty good selection. So let me tell you how much everything retails for. So the Proper Copper color and the Just Like Honey regular color is $12. And then the copper toner, this retails for $14, but it was on sale when I bought it for $11.20. And there was free shipping. So these are a lot cheaper than the actual natural colors. Those ones were $18 that I'm gonna do in the future once they come. So these are a little bit more inexpensive. So let's go ahead and swatch them. I'm going to swatch them on some platinum blonde hair for you guys. And instead of just taking bleach and removing these, I'm going to wash them 10 times and then try to remove them, because I always just go in with bleach to try and remove the colors. But I learned on myself when I used the ColourPop copper chestnut color, it came out of my hair so easily. It just faded naturally. I just did a couple Malibu CPRs and it came out of my hair without any issue. And when I went to remove the color on the swatch, it showed that it would be very difficult to remove if you use bleach, which is true. I did not use bleach, and if I would have used bleach on my hair, obviously it would have had the same reaction as it did on the swatch. I let mine fade out naturally. So just keep that in mind with these swatches. When I'm using bleach, you could get a totally different result. Obviously, the best option is to just let your hair color fade out naturally, so you don't have to use a color remover, and most colors fade out naturally on their own. The only color I've found that doesn't is the Iro Neon Pink, but almost all semi-permanents do eventually fade out on their own and go back to whatever was underneath. And if you are doing a color remover, it's definitely best to fade the color before you go in with any type of color remover. It just helps aid in the color removal. So I am going to wash the swatches a few times before we try and remove them, just to see if that helps any, especially when you're using natural colors. They tend to be harder to come out of the hair. So I do want to try and remove some of them. So let me go ahead and move the camera angle down so we can go ahead and start swatching these colors. I'm so excited to see what they look like. I have not opened the packaging yet, but let's go ahead and see what they look like. Okay, so here we have the swatches. Let's go ahead and do Proper Copper, Just Like Honey, and then we'll do this copper toner at the end here. I really want to open this one and see what it looks like and what's inside, because it's a box, so I'm not sure if there's bleach that's included in here or what is in this box. Okay, so this is actually hair dye. So that's very interesting. It's not a semi-permanent. It is actual hair color. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up. We're still gonna do it today because I want you guys to see what their natural copper shades they offer are. The people on the box looks absolutely stunning. It's interesting because their colors look very different. This one is so much more copper and this one's more like a strawberry copper blonde. So we're gonna see what it looks like when you put it on platinum hair. I'm guessing their starting levels looked different. That's why their outcome looks different. It says it's for a golden bronze finish. So we'll see if it's actually golden bronze or if it's more of a copper. Let's go in with proper copper. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, it looks like brown. Bloop. Ooh, this looks really, really pretty. It definitely looks more of like a brown color. Oh, wow. This is like the most rich copper shade I've seen so far in a semi-permanent hair color. Look at how rich this is. It also smells different than their normal color line, but look how rich and pigmented this is. I've tried a lot of semi-permanent natural copper shades, and this one is the most rich, vibrant, and pigmented copper out of all the other ones I've ever swatched. This is gonna be stunning. I can already tell. Look at those tones. Oh my gosh. Imagine if you're already like natural coppery blonde, but you just wanna enhance it. Like say you have like this hair color, this lighter one, and you're just like, oh, I want it to look more shiny and rich. Just glazing your hair with this would make it so much more rich and vibrant. That is stunning. Cannot wait to see what that looks like. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go in with Just Like Honey. Okay, this doesn't really look like much, just looks kind of exactly like how it's described. Looks like a skin tone color. And this one smells different too. I don't know, they might have, I guess, changed their fragrance, and I just haven't tried their color since they've changed their fragrance. Ooh, this is actually stunning. This reminds me of like vanilla pudding. Like the consistency, I'm sure you guys can tell. The consistency of this one is a little bit more conditioning. This one is pretty thick and chunky. I think that depends on how much pigment they put in the dye. If it's a lighter shade or pastel like this, there's not as much pigment in there, so it's going to be a little bit more thinner and more conditioning based. Whereas if you want a darker shade, you have to add a lot more pigment into the formulation and it comes out a little bit thicker. This one smells like new carpet. That's like the only way I can describe it to you. It smells like new carpet. Let's go ahead and go in with the actual color. See what this looks like. Obviously, this has to oxidize and process. Is this a permanent or demi-permanent? What? This literally says nourishing semi-permanent copper toner for a soft gingery blonde finish. It literally says on here that it's a semi-permanent color. It says right here that the developer contains hydrogen peroxide. So this is the developer. But on the box right here, it says it's semi-permanent. I don't know if they're talking about demi-permanent, and in a different country, demi-permanent and semi-permanent could be the same thing. But on the box right here, it says semi-permanent. I'm gonna assume this is more of a demi-permanent color. I don't think that it would be a permanent color and then they would put on the box semi-permanent. So I think this is probably like a demi. I don't know, that's interesting. Let me know if you live where this was produced, if semi-permanent to you means demi-permanent, and those two are interchangeable. It comes with the reincarnation mask. I love this mask. I've literally gone through 2 tubes of it. All right, so the semi-permanent or demi-permanent color says to leave on 10 to 25 minutes. So I'm gonna let it sit the full 25 minutes and then I'll go ahead and rinse all these out. I'm gonna let these process and I will be right back. All right, you guys, I am back and here are the swatches. They're very, very beautiful. Each shade is unique and gorgeous on its own. So this one right here is the boxed demi-permanent dye. It's really, really pretty. It is like a honey copper shade. Here is the Just Like Honey color. It's so pretty, honestly. This is just like a gorgeous shade. I like it a lot. And then here is the Proper Copper, which is very, very rich in pigment. It is so beautiful. It's like when you see a natural redhead, I feel like this is like the darkest natural redhead you would see. These are all really, really pretty. Out of all of them, I think I prefer this one maybe, or like if I could get a mix of these two end ones, it would be like the perfect copper in my opinion. But here is what they look like. proper copper, just like honey, and then this is the copper toner. So that's what they look like. I'm gonna go ahead and go wash these like 10 times to try and fade the color out, and then I will be right back so we can go ahead and do the color remover. So here is what they look like. So pretty, and honestly, these shades are pretty inexpensive, 12 bucks, and the actual copper toner was only $11. So very, very affordable hair color. Okay, I am back. I washed them until there was no more color coming out, and here's what they look like. It's actually surprising how much they faded with just me continuously washing them in hot water. So this one right here, this is the box dye copper, and there's like no copper left here. It's just like a beigey color. There is not any copper left in here. It's like a strawberry-ish blonde. And then here is the Just Like Honey. It looks pretty much the same, maybe just a little bit lighter. And then here is the Proper Copper. This one also lifted quite a bit. This now looks like an actual natural ginger hair color. Like this looks like it could grow straight out of the scalp. It's so pretty. So let's go ahead and do a color remover on these halfway down to see how well they remove out of the hair. And I'm gonna start using this Scruples Urban Shock Direct Dye Color Remover. It's formulated for direct dyes. You don't mix any developer with it, you just mix water with it. So I went ahead and mixed up some of that. This does smell just like bleach. I did a whole video on this, so if you wanna see that video, I'll leave it linked up there. But this does smell like bleach, but it's supposedly a direct dye mover. So I'm gonna use direct dye remover on direct dye, and we're gonna see how well these remove. Got them applied halfway down. I'm just gonna slap some more product on there and saturate it. This color remover, it makes my eyes water and kind of chokes me up because it smells so much like ammonia or like bleach. Okay, here they are. I'm gonna let them sit for 20 minutes at room temperature, and I'll be back to show you guys the finished result. We will see if these fade at all. All right, I am back with the finished results. Here they are. This one was the toner, this one is the honey one, and this one is the copper. So the copper acted like every other semi-permanent copper I have ever tried removing color on. It just went to a brighter, more intense copper version of what originally was. So as you can see, it is just much more orange and vibrant on the ends. This one didn't do anything, even though it's like a very light pale color. It didn't remove with color remover. It looks the exact same as it did before. So it didn't go back to that like platinum shade, even though it's already platinum, it still has that honey hue to it. And then this one is what surprised me the most. This color came out of the hair a lot easier than the other two. Obviously, it is a demi-permanent color, and I feel like demi-permanents are notorious for coming out a little bit easier than semi-permanents, especially copper shades or reds and stuff like that. So if you're looking for like a temporary fun change, I would say the demi-permanent actually performed better than the other two. This color is a lot more copper and like true to that name. But this one was copperish at first, and then it faded to like this really nice blonde color. And as you can see, it does come out of the hair easier than these two. Obviously, if you let these naturally fade out of the hair, you shouldn't have any problems. But if you're gonna reach for a color remover or bleach, you might have a little bit of trouble removing these. I will let you guys know, any copper semi-permanent color or any natural semi-permanent color, the only thing I've ever found to get those out is color oops. So if you are in a situation where you've tried removing it and it stains the hair and it just goes a bright orange color, grab some color oops, because I've been in that situation before where I used overtoned brown on my hair, not knowing how hard it was to remove, and I tried a lot of different things, and the only thing that removed it was color oops. I literally only had to do like one round of color oops and it came out of my hair and it went straight back to a platinum blonde. So yeah, if you're in that predicament, grab some color oops. I will leave a link to all of these dyes in the description down below in case you guys want to try them for yourself. They are very, very pretty. Sorry I got the wrong colors. They're coming in the mail, so I will be doing that video shortly. But that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and until next time guys, stay weird. Bye.